ain't enough black lawyers. Well, now there's a whole boatload of black lawyers. And most of the black lawyers dance around folks, okay? And so there's no excuse except politics. And that is, maybe we need a black governor, and then we can get a black Supreme Court justice. But that shouldn't be necessary. But I guess that's the next step. If talking to people don't work, then we need some people running.
I don't want to muddy the waters for Council Johnson, and he's very clear on what he would like to see. So I still support your resolution.
Thank you very much, Councilwoman. Councilman Conga?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. I would also like to be added as a co-sponsor. I need the public to know that we as a council really need to clean up how we handle public comment, whether it's in committee, whether it's in a council meeting. This meeting has been almost 2 hours long, and we let the public speak for about 10 minutes at the very most, and that was even challenged. And he's paying us to be here, and that happens on a regular basis. We really have to clean up this 3 minutes. You can only talk about certain agenda items. And I just need the public to know that there are council members who are trying to address this passionately. So don't think that what you're doing is falling on deaf ears. And I appreciate you so much for coming and speaking out. So keep coming. I was hoping that you would not be deterred from what happened to Mr. Wilson. I knew you wouldn't be. But I was just hoping that you wouldn't be. And other people out there, just keep coming. Because we got to get it right. I mean, for us to tell people who elected us and pay us that you can only speak for 3 minutes, and you can only speak to certain things that are on the agenda item, is a travesty. But we're working on it, and we will get it right quickly. Hopefully we're going to get it right. So please know that what you're saying is not going to get on deaf ears, and what you're seeing in the public is not going on deaf ears. That we are trying to get it right, and that you should be able to speak just as long as we are able to speak. When I say you, I'm talking about you specifically, and people who are watching, the public should never be limited, because we're here because of you. So you're appreciated. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments from committee members? Okay. With that, are there any comments from the public?
Is this it? It's over now?
Yeah.
This is the last agenda item.
So, public safety. I wanted to mention something about the judgeship. This is something that you're hoping to get appointed for. Your name's in the hat. You could be one of the.
This is not a time to ask me questions. But no, I am not one of the candidates.
You're not?
No, I'm not one of the candidates. No.
He said something about lawyer. You got to be a lawyer for 5 years. You got to be black. We want somebody that's a person of color. So you've been a lawyer for 5 years, right? Haven't you worked for Carney?
Sir.
So you're somebody that knows him. He can put you in that spot. One thing I know in Pennsylvania, where I'm from, there's where I was originally from, born in Pennsylvania. I claim Delaware because I've been here for longer than 10 years. There's a lot of people that don't want to claim Wilmington because they weren't born here or whatever, but I claim Wilmington. So people that are from Philadelphia or Pennsylvania, anywhere, they're probably familiar with the Pittsburgh judge, 27 years old, Anith Johnson. He was elected. So this position, I think the governor has too much power. He's got too many different things that he can appoint people for. The treasurer, a secretary, this or that, a judge. There's too much that the governor is responsible for. And just like Sam God said, a black governor might change all that. It might make it so that more people of color are going in these high positions. I feel like you can't have too many brilliant black people in office making the decisions, because representation matters. Sometimes, like Sam God said, we can put sellouts in these positions that don't care about the community that they should represent. Their skin is only skin deep. It doesn't pulsate through their bodies. It's not their heart. They don't care about where they come from. They don't even know. They've been indoctrinated. They've been taught to do things for other folks, to care more about other folks. and to sell out the folks that come from where they come from. So we have to be responsible with who it is that we can select, who we have the power to put in place and to push to do things for us. We can't just look at somebody and think that they're going to do what it is that we think they're going to do, because a lot of times that they don't. And then we end up hurt, we end up upset because they're not doing what it is that we think they should be doing, or what it is that they used to do, because they used to be our friends. We call them these different names. We don't have many people like that here today. I think the one person who has sold out our community, my community, poor black people especially, is not here right now. She should be here. Michelle Harley. She was the one that wrote the ordinance to rezone the Amtrak station, or the DART station. She was the one that was tapped on the shoulder by Buccini Polling Group, Mayor Pizicki. That was a group of all white men that decided to move these buses that mostly poor black and brown women were getting on, and elderly people. These rich, old white men that don't ride the bus decided that we're going to move all these buses from this area, Rodney Square, where we don't want these poor people here anymore. We're going to do this, and we're going to do it fast, because we want to do it fast, so we got to get it done. We're going to do it. Pizicki told me personally that's why they did. They wanted to do it fast. Carney told me that it was a crime hub, it was a drug marketplace. This police chief, Tracy, was the one personally who told his police. That's why it's personal when I talk to this guy. He told his police to go and remove me from the meeting, or whatever, that the concert that they had September 28th last year, when I was injured. And I'm just getting back now from the Olympic qualifiers that I couldn't fight in last year because I was injured by loose police this year, that last year. But, you know, I'm thankful for being here. And if there were a lot of people that came out to these things, I wouldn't feel the need to be here. So if more people paid attention, if we got more advocates to actually show up and speak on these different issues that are affecting so many of us, then you wouldn't see me. So I guess it's a good thing that there aren't more people showing up. Maybe we'll change that in 2020. Maybe we'll change that at the election box. Maybe more people will come and vote for the people that actually will represent them and care enough about them to serve them when they get in office, instead of just serving themselves and stealing. Because we've got people that are just in here stealing. That's what Dion Wilson's mad about. That's what I'm mad about. People that are stealing our trust. A lot of times people that don't look like us. Sometimes people that do look like us, that makes us extra mad. People steal our trust, steal our money, and then get away with it. We're not going to allow it anymore. I'm not. But thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hall. And with that, the committee agenda item number 5 will move to be placed on the City Council agenda for this upcoming Thursday, October 17th. It is a very time-sensitive piece of legislation. So with that, are there any other items that committee members would like to address?
Yes, I would, since you know, somehow I see this world completely different from a different perspective. How we can say that a physical fitness test somehow is skewed so that people aren't qualified in order to take it, nor if a jurist that happens to take one position or another is a bad jurist with regard to that. All I could say is perhaps the person who's had his license suspended a few times is not qualified to evaluate a Chief Justice, and quite frankly, Clarence Thomas is an outstanding jurist and an Associate Justice on the State Supreme Court. And if you want to see his thinking and what you can understand from that, read his book, read his opinions, and I think you'll come to a different conclusion. Thank you.
Okay. And with that, I would
motion to adjourn.
Make a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.